Hello, Anthony Garage Tano here. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Um, uh, uh, the internet's busiest hater. Big. Is it busiest or biggest? The internet's busiest new. The internet's busiest hater. Yeah, I was trying to do like a thing. Anyway, I'm back for my monthly rant on about something that like I could care less about. Really, that's pretty much what this whole channel is me just ranting at this point. The bald, the bald Dumbledore of music. That's pretty cool. I like that. The bald Dumbledore of music here. He's hated a lot by not just like critics and fans alike. He's hated by rappers, but then you also have the stands, the diehard. You know, they love him because he gives his true and honest opinion. Well, today I'm going to talk about Anthony Fantano, and at the end I'll have a couple of my friends come in and give their opinion on Anthony Fantano. Mostly because this is YouTube, and anything under 10 minutes is not getting looked at. So I'm going to drag the time out by having my friends talk about it. So, yeah. So, honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you since, you guys watch the channel, you guys really support me. So what I'm going to say is every video is scripted. I don't know if you could tell, but I'm reading off a script in every video. Well, this video, I'm going to go off script. I know I did it in the Jack Harlow review like 8 months ago, but I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to try and, cut this up. I'm not just going to have it be raw. I'm just going to go off script and see what I can really come up with and hopefully drag it out to 10 minutes. Let's pray. Anyway, Anthony Fantano, yeah. So, for those of you who don't know the internet's busiest YouTube nerd, music nerd, the internet's busiest music nerd, he's a bald man who usually rocks a flannel. He's from Connecticut. Yeah, I just had to Google that. Anyway, so he's hated a lot, for good reason, I would say. He's mostly hated for the reviews that he does on, like, classic albums, which is funny to me because, like, yeah, they're classics, but it's music, who cares? I'm pretty sure everybody knows his take on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which is funny, I think. I don't know, I think it's funny because that album is loved so much, but in my opinion, I don't think it's Kanye's best. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, he gave My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy a light 6 in 2010, which is crazy to me because it's like, wow, like, whoa. How do you, I don't know. I wouldn't even say I'm the biggest fan of Kanye, but saying that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is a light 6 is kind of crazy, but personally, I also wasn't a huge fan of that album. One of the things that really caught me off guard while watching a bunch of Anthony Fantano's videos was realizing the very short list of albums that he gives a 10. I remember watching the infamous Death Grips The Money Store review, and at the end when he gave it a 9 or a 10, oh my god, I was so happy. Because if you know me, I adore The Money Store, dude. And then when I went in to do research for this video, I realized that was the first 10 he had ever given an album, which just made me even more happy because out of all of the albums that he reviews, because he's like on a daily schedule, he's crazy. This one is the one that I think deserved it out of all of them. I mean, it's so aesthetically pleasing, it's sonically a masterpiece. In my opinion, it's one of the best albums of all time. And I can see why people would disagree with that, which, if you're not someone like me or even some of my friends, like, oh my god. This is a 10 in my book. Easily, this is a 10. So, speaking of The Money Store, I went to the video and I was looking through the comments to see if I can find any negative comments to see, like, what somebody would really, like, not like about this video. And I found Anthony Fantano talking about saving hip-hop. So he said, I just think people tend to throw the phrase saving hip hop in quotation marks whenever an artist puts out an album that is ever so slightly against the status quo. I wanted to highlight that my love for this album has little to do with the contextualization within hip hop, which is just amazing for him to say because it's so true. People just say that this is saving hip hop when it's not even close to hip hop because if you listen to The Money Store, it's not really a hip hop album. Yes, there are flows of, hip hop and the beats kind of match like a more funkier hip hop style, but it is so not hip hop in my opinion. I just thought that was funny and I just wanted to share that with you. So next. I think we can all talk about the 0 that he gave Chance the Rapper on his Big Day review. Oh my god. This was probably kind of on the same vein as The Money Store because I hate The Big Day. So I'm so glad that I got to see one of my favorite albums get so much praise from Anthony Fantano, and then an album that just deserves nothing good about it except for maybe the first verse on the intro track, which was pretty cool, I guess. I went back and listened to it for this video, but it's so bad. It's so bad. It's not even worth like talking about for as long as I did The Money Store, because The Money Store is so like, it's so full of it. It's hard to explain. Like, it's so full of it. It's so full of the album. And The Big Day is just, that is what The Big Day is. The Big Day is literally Chance the Rapper being a shell of his former self. It's so disgusting. I just wanted to bring that up because I think it's funny how we gave him a 0. Didn't even give him a not good. Gave him a 0. Another thing I wanted to say about his reviews, and the one that I fully disagree with, is that he said Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles, he said it's mid. Like, what? He's so wrong. It's one of the Beatles' best album, if not their best. It's better than Abbey Road, better than Revolver. And he said that Revolver is better than this. Oh my god, that's an L take in my opinion. I think that's his worst take. I couldn't tell you, like, the first 5 songs are just bangers. I couldn't tell you one that was bad. You have Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, A Little Help from a Friend, Getting Better, Fixing a Hole, When I'm 64, which, When I'm 64 is one of my favorite Beatles songs ever. It gives that 60s vibe, and it's just amazing. L take. L take. Either way, you know, I do respect his opinion, but, you know, L take. He also gets a lot of hate for his original review on swimming, which I don't remember what it was. I don't think I ever watched it. I like Anthony Fantano. I think he's funny. I think he could be, you know, charismatic at some points in his career. Yeah. God, our script is so cringe. Oh my god, this is so awful. I should have just wrote a script, but I'm too lazy to do that, so I'm sitting in my room with my TV on mute, talking into my phone because I don't have a mic on me right now. Oh my god, this sucks. He's also loved by so many of his fans just because, yes, he gives his true opinion, and he's, like, so critically honest. Like, there can be, like, one of the best albums of all time. Like, let me think of one, like, To Pimp a Butterfly, which I know that he has praised and has said on multiple occasions that it's one of his favorite albums, but let's say that he gave that, like, a light 2. His fans would be like, oh, Anthony Fantano, oh, yeah, he's speaking his truth. But then you have the haters who are just like, oh my god, I wish you die in a fire, you bald f***. But I don't really care. I think he's a cool dude. Honestly, I'm just making a video on him because I just wanted to, I also just wanted to, on Fantano, so either way, I think he's a cool dude. I like most of his reviews because they're mostly unbiased, I would say. His Lil Dicky review needs redone because I think Professional Rapper was actually a fire album, excluding some of the tracks, but I'm also 16, so that's that's why I really like the album. Let's just put that out there right now. Anyway, yeah, Anthony Fantano's cool in my opinion. I've never been the biggest fan of him, like, you know, when I was younger, and he would hate on Eminem because Eminem was the best because Eminem was the best white person's rapper at one point in their life. So, yeah, I hated him because he hated on Eminem. But honestly, after, you know, getting out of my Eminem and Hopsin phase and my NF phase, I kind of just realized, oh yeah, he's just a normal dude like me speaking his opinion. And I think he's really funny, honestly. Like, he's, like, cringy funny. Like, he's old humor funny. Like, he's, like, my dad funny. So, I don't know. I think he's always been kind of, like, you know, in that cringy / hilarious phase where it's, like, it's just good comedy, in my opinion. Very good entertainment. I think anybody who watches Anthony Fantano can back me up on him entertainment-wise. But, yeah, that's all I got. Dude, this might be 5 minutes worth of content that I just gave you. That's why I have a bunch of people coming in to back me up on the low, you know what I mean? God, this is awful.
I think Anthony Fantano is pretty cool. I watch him pretty often, and I like the Let's Argue segments a lot. Obviously, his traditional reviews as well, and I would say for the most part, I agree with what he's got to say. Every now and then I disagree, but that just comes with the territory. It's not super often when I strongly disagree with him. Like, funny enough, the one thing I strongly disagreed with him on was his original review of Mac Miller Swimming. But since then, he's actually done a Redux review for that album where he expresses a much greater appreciation for it years later. And honestly, I take his recommendations. Like, when he gives an album I haven't heard or an album I've never heard of a positive review, I'll check it out. Like, that's the reason I listened to that Swans album and that Daughters album, because he gave them like tens. I think he's super knowledgeable. You know, even when I disagree with him, I think it's obvious that the dude knows what he's talking about, and he's not just a guy who casually listens to music. He's a real active music critic, and I respect that.
I mean, with like my personal experience with Anthony Fantano, I say personal experience, like I know him. With what I've watched and all that, he's a very down to earth dude. Like he just states his opinion. That's basically it. I don't think he's ever claimed to be a music expert. He just gives his opinion, and people don't fucking like it. So it's kind of on the people, not him. But you know that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, he's entertaining. He knows a lot about music from like different genres. So like I fuck with him.
Come on. Just answer. Oh my god. Oh, thank God you answered. What is your take on Anthony Fantano?
He's alright.
I think Anthony Fantano's a sick dude, bro. He's like chill. He does like the music. The music reviews are always lit. Like sometimes I don't understand his opinion on things, but like he always like mixes it up with humor. So it's not him just like straight up hating. Like he's a pretty sick dude. I like his content a lot.
Bro, no joke. Literally no one has said anything bad about Anthony Fantano, dude. You gotta, do me a solid, bro. Just give me a little bit of flavor. Give me a little bit of something that I can, promote, the hate. You know what I mean? Because apparently everybody in my friend group just loves this dude.
I got you. Man, fuck that bald ass fucking nigga, bro. Nigga got them Harry Potter glasses, bro. Fuck his fucking perfectly white teeth and his great fucking awesome posture. Fuck his awesome music taste as well, bro. I don't give a fuck if that nigga got good music taste. Yeah. Fuck that opinion where he gave To Pimp a Butterfly a 10 out of 10, bro. That shit is ass, bro, even though I completely agree.
Yeah, and his original review of Swimming, even though the Redux, he actually admitted that he made a mistake, but his original review.
Yeah, like what the fuck do you mean that because the internet gets a fucking 5 out of 10? Oh my god. That shit is a classic.
Yeah, and what do you mean Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy gets a light 6, even though personally I'm not even the biggest fan of that album. I feel like it's culturally, overpraised a lot. Still, Anthony Fantano. We should start a hashtag. Hashtag Anthony Fantano is bald. Hashtag Anthony Fantano perfect teeth. Hashtag Anthony Fantano needs to be banned from world society. Hashtag Anthony Fantano needs to, make more content than he normally does. Hashtag let's get this video to hopefully 15 minutes. I don't know if I can do that, but I'm going to try and milk it for as much as I can. Hashtag Anthony Fantano. I love Anthony Fantano. Yeah, anyway, I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. A lot of people have been asking me to put more content out, but honestly, bro, you got to let me go at my own pace, because this is what you're going to get. This rushed. It was very rushed. This was made in about a day. I started it last night. It's Sunday now. And hopefully we can either get it out today or tomorrow. So, yeah, this is really just me going on a tight schedule here. Had no script, freestyled most of it. Had a bunch of my friends come in just so I can, expand the run time. But, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If you do, if you guys like this, I can do more videos like this. This was no problem. This was just me messing around talking about Anthony Fantano, which everything that is said in here was all jokes, really. Yeah. Anyway, peace out.